Monsignor Carr, Father George, parents, relatives, and friends. Today, we gather to remember the reason for this very special season. For the next few minutes, forget about the last-minute shopping, the gifts that are still unwrapped, and the final preparations needed to make your holiday just right. Focus instead on the miracle of Christmas that presents itself each year for our reflection. Let the peace, joy, and love that the Christ child brings fill your hearts.
Jesus is often called the light of the world. When we call Jesus the light of the world, it means that Christ's love works like a candle flame. From one flame, many other candles can be lit. Jesus loves you and shares his light and his love with you. If you pass the light on to others, they can pass it on to even more people. Jesus is also the bright light that helps people see the right way to live. In a world that was filled with confusion and sadness, Jesus came like a shining light to bring help and hope to all people. We can receive that light and guidance from Jesus and pass it along to others.
In the beginning was the one who is called the Word. The Word was with God and was truly God. And with this Word, God created all things. Nothing was made without the Word. Everything that was created received its life from him. And his life gave light to everyone. The light keeps shining in the dark, and darkness has never lit it.
place. His mother Mary was engaged to Joseph, but before they were married, she found out that she was going to have a baby by the Holy Spirit. Joseph was a man who always did what was right, but he did not want to disgrace Mary publicly, so he made plans to break the engagement privately. While he was thinking about this, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, "Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary to be your wife, for it is by the Holy Spirit that she is conceived. She will have a son, and you will name him Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." Now, all this happened in order to make come true what the Lord had said through the prophets. "A virgin will be with child and have a son, and he will be called Emmanuel," which means God is with us. So, when Joseph awoke, he took Mary as his wife, just as the angel of the Lord told him to do.
In those days, Caesar Augustus issued an order that a census be taken throughout the Roman Empire. Everyone then went to register himself, each to his own town. Joseph went from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to the town of Bethlehem in Judea, the birthplace of King David. Joseph went there because he was the descendant of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was promised in marriage to him. Mary was expecting a child. While they were in Bethlehem, the time came for the baby to be born. She gave birth to a son, wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in the manger, because there was no room for them to stay in the inn.
Jesus, lay down. because she had a vision of an angel telling her what to name the baby and all about his future greatness. And yet, here they were, in a stable. Mary and Joseph were comforted by the presence of God and the memories of the promises from the wonderful angel. And so, the night in Bethlehem passed, with the new little baby wrapped in swaddling clothes and with the peace of God all around.
And there were some shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks by night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them. The glory of the Lord shone over the shepherds, and they were terribly afraid. But the angel said, "Do not be afraid. I am here with good news for you, which will bring great joy to all people. This very day in the city of David, your Savior has been born. He is Christ the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find the baby wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger." Suddenly, a great army of heaven's angels appeared, with the angels singing praises to God.
Glory to God in the highest and peace on earth.
Angels we have heard on high. When the angels went away from them back to heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord told us." So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph. They saw the baby lying in the manger. When the shepherds saw him, they told people what the angel had said about the child. All who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said. Many remembered all these things and thought deeply about them.
After Jesus was born in the town of Bethlehem in Judea, during the reign of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the baby born to be King of the Jews? We saw his star when it came up in the east, and we have come to worship him." When King Herod heard about this, he was very upset, and so was everyone else in Jerusalem. He called together all the chief priests and teachers of the law. He asked them, "Where will the Messiah be born?" They replied, "For this is what the prophet has written. Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, you are by no means the least to the leading cities of Judea. For from you will come a leader who will guide my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi and sent them to Bethlehem with these instructions: "Go and make a careful search for the child, and when you find him, let me know so that I may go and worship him." And so they left, and on their way, they saw the same star that they had seen in the east. When they saw it, how happy they were. What joy was theirs. It went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. They went into the house, and when they saw him, they brought out their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. They fell to their knees and worshiped him.
Oh,
We hear the story of Jesus' birth again and again. We recall the songs of the angels and the gifts from the Magi, but we also remember the simple things. The quiet way Jesus entered the world in a plain stable, surrounded by love. The story of Christmas is always new. People today search for the child of Christmas by following a star of hope and hearing the joyous song of the angels sung again, right in their own hearts. And just like the shepherds and the Magi, they fall on their knees in wonder at this miracle of God. Today, we are still inspired by Christmas. All the world knows of the joy and hope brought by this loving message. The spirit and joy of Christmas will never fade away. And now, whenever we see the lights of Christmas, we will remember the meaning of this season. That God so loved the world, He sent His only Son to be with us forever.